It's been a long day. Me and you both. Well,
More you.
I guess, but still, I was trying to segue into this. Look, it's been a pretty shit week. Bottom line for football, it's been pretty shit. I can't lie. Um, First and foremost, I just wanted to open it up, bro. Nick Chubb, salute to him, man. Salute to that man. That was gruesome. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be playing over in my head for some time. And it sucks to see to the person it happened to. Nick Chubb, he doesn't do anything. He just shuts up and he gets his. He shuts up and stiffs arm you. He's a good football player. He's the definition of what you want in a football player. Um,
Underrated.
yeah, very, very. So it sucks to see that happen to him. And just in the type of market the running back situation is in, it's just hard. It's hard. If you're not a quarterback or if you're not an offensive
Saquon got hurt
lineman,
too.
what's up?
Saquon got hurt too. Out 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
You see? It, it's just it's tough. Very tough situation for running backs. Just the league in general because a lot of players like C.J. Gardner Johnson, another Lions player, both on IR. Deontay Johnson, IR. Austin Eckler, he's out with an ankle sprain. Injury bug everywhere. Um, in the first few weeks, I guess you can kind of say it's kind of been underwhelming too. If you're a Bengals fan, if you're a Bears fan, that's a whole nother situation. They probably need some good luck out there, some prayers too. I'm not gonna say they had a Nick Chubb type, 2 weeks in, but it was pretty freaking bad. It's pretty freaking bad ourselves. We got some things to do. We got some answers. But yeah, that's how I feel about these first 2 weeks so far. Ethan, what you got, man? What you talking about?
I mean, it's been bad. I think football in general, I feel like this has a lot to do with the preseason. Like, starters don't play. And,
Yeah,
your quarterback's not playing, offensive linemen aren't playing. There's a lot of penalties, a lot of miscommunication, not a lot of points being scored. I feel like defense has had offense's number from the get-go, starting in week one and into week two, and that'll probably change going, week three, four as we get to like the middle section of the season. That'll probably go back in the offense's favor. Mahomes has been looking pretty. He's been looking like Mahomes, but his receivers haven't been looking good. Kelsey was hurt.
yeah.
Burrow has, after he got paid and became the highest paid player, he just looks like he's more like worse than mediocre. To be honest with you, he's just not look good at all. His calf strains flared up again. He's questionable for going into week three. Josh Allen, dude, was a turnover machine going into week one, Monday Night Football. Dude looked absolutely insane, dropping three NITs to Jordan Whitehead. That was pretty crazy to see, pretty lit for him. Um, you know, Justin Fields is just I don't even need to say it. I can just say his name and everyone knows how I feel about him. Herbert has been playing his butt off, but the Chargers are 0
Oh, two.
2, and then the I think what set everything off was Aaron Rodgers going on Monday Night
Oh
Football. Me
my
and you were texting
gosh.
texting throughout that, dude. I was heartbroken. I know I'm obviously I'm a Bears fan, so I can't really root for Rodgers when he's in Green Bay, but I was excited to finally start rooting for him in New York.
Yeah.
I was ski all my way through the preseason, watching Hard Knocks, drafted Garrett Wilson in the second round in the fantasy draft, and that's not going to be paying out. Bro
It's
would have
so
probably been dropping
crazy.
20 points a game with Aaron Rodgers, and now he's just got Zach Wilson and just has to drop, 10 to 15, pretty mediocre. So it's just, we're not off to a good start. Russell Wilson, too, looks trash. 0-2 again. Bro is just completely fallen off. Didn't have a career-ending injury or anything like that.
Nah, nah,
Bro
nah,
just
nah,
goes
nah.
to
He had
Denver,
three
just
tutties. He had
completely
three tutties
mediocre.
against the Commanders. I'll give him his props. He looked all right. He looked all right
Bro,
Sunday.
Sam Howell looked better than him, bro. Literally,
But that's
bro,
saying
they
something.
blew the
Sam, do you
lead.
know who Sam Howell is? Are you not? You gotta get familiar.
The touchdown, he had two touchdowns. The Hail Mary touchdown does not count. That was just bad defense by the
Okay,
Commanders.
true.
The Hail Mary, that was, so it's
Very
counted as
true.
two. It's not really three, it's two. But, it's just been bad football all around.
I agree with you. I mean, you brought up the Rodgers thing, bro. What I was gonna say, like, that happened probably what, week one? Week one, yeah, definitely. That was
Four
Monday Night
plays,
Football.
4 plays
Fam,
in.
so much stuff had happened between then and now. I completely, because he didn't even touch the field this season. It's like he didn't even play. So that just goes to show we're probably in for one of the craziest seasons of all time, or in recent history, in recent memory, per se. Because yeah, a lot of things are just not going the way we thought it would. I guess. I mean, I can't even particularly say on the injury part and stuff like that, like players missing out, uh, contracts, stipulations, holdouts, all that stuff. It sucks. It sucks. But football wise, I will say, if you're looking for entertainment, though, it's definitely there. Some of these games have been ugly. I can't lie to you. Some of these games have been ugly. Like that Saints Titans game week 1. I'm gonna be honest. If Chris Olave wasn't on my fantasy team, I would not be paying attention to that game. That game was garbage. That game was awful. But guys like what Jerome Ford, he stepped up in the wake of Nick Chubb. He had this crazy like reverse field. He almost took it to the crib. Really, that run. So we get to see guys like kind of, you know what I mean, come up out of nowhere now. Like Puka Nacua. Who is that? Who is that? No disrespect, but he's getting money. You know what I mean? So you always enjoy this type of these parts of the seasons. You know what I mean? Just guys really start to make a name for themselves, because I feel like Puka Nacua could be, the way he's getting targets, the way he's getting off. He had what, 14 grabs against the Niners as a rookie, 5th round pick, by the way. Yeah. You'll get his props. I'll take my glasses off when I'm speaking about this man. If I'm being, because look, he's playing his ass off, bro. I have no other way to commend him. Van Jefferson's been in the league for maybe how long? Like 3-4 years. He's a veteran at this point, and he's just taken over his playing time completely. He's hopped over Tutu Atwell. It seems like as well. Tutu, he's been getting his stuff done, because Cooper Kupp's not there, but just surprising. I guess the Rams are surprising, really. I thought the Rams would be at the bottom of the division. They look good. They competed against the 49ers. Did way better than I thought it would, so I'll commend you guys for that, definitely. You guys are on the up and up. And Stafford, he looks well. So that's good for you guys,
Healthy.
too. Yeah, very, very good for you guys.
I mean, yeah, it's Puka Nacua as wide receiver 1, Tutu Atwell as wide receiver 2, and Van Jefferson's wide receiver 3. I mean, when Cooper Kupp comes back, hey, they might be going
That
crazy.
Kevin Hart meme.
They might be going crazy. I don't know. I mean, they got Kyron Williams too. I mean, from Notre Dame, he's been stepping up. The Cam Akers thing, that situation's flared up again. He's gone. This was
Sad,
probably the last straw. I mean, they're so all over the place with each other. They're like the boyfriend and girlfriend that keep breaking up and making up, and
Toxic.
they just need to end it. They just got to like do one final breakup and just end it, because this is getting ridiculous. Because every year this happens. But
go ahead. My bad.
No. But I was also just gonna say NFC South. Who would have thought? Falcons 2-0, Saints 2-0, Buccaneers 2-0. Like they're the best division of football.
Salute.
Technically.
Salute.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
I think we were saying they were going to be the worst, right? The worst division?
They were probably considered the worst division entering the league, and now they're the best division through 2 weeks. It's ridiculous. I mean, I guess the NFC East is they get 2 or 3 2-0 teams with Cowboys, Eagles, and Commanders. So that's probably the best, but then NFC South will be the second best. I mean, it's ridiculous.
How do you feel about the New York Giants? Speaking on NFC East.
I never bought them. See, I didn't have them making the playoffs in our prediction video. I knew this was kind of gonna happen. I mean, if Saquon's gone, what do they really got? I mean, Jalen Hyatt, he's still trying to get his his motions, and Darren Waller. They're not. He looked all right, but Darren Waller, they're not really. He's still not fitting quite well. That defense is just looks awful. Yeah, absolutely, with hamstrings, and I mean Daniel Jones. He's not looking terrible, but he's not looking good.
Is he worth 40 million? Is he looking like 40 million? Is he looking like 40 million?
He's the little brother of Kirk Cousins, bro. Like he's literally the little. He's not great, but he's not terrible. So it's like, but it's like, okay, yeah. If you're average at your position, you get $40 million if you're in the NFL. If you're an average, doctor, you're not getting top of the line dollars, and I mean, it's just crazy what these quarterbacks can just get, and just how they can just not do anything and just get paid like they're the greatest thing ever.
How much is Sam Darnold making to sit behind Brock Purdy? I would pick Sam
Sam would. I still would pick Daniel over Sam. I can't do that
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Let me chill out.
Let me
Yeah,
chill out. Let me chill out.
but yeah, I was gonna. I kind of agree with you with Daniel Jones. If they lost to the Cardinals, I'm not gonna lie. I was fully ready to come on here and just tear him a new ass. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's so crazy. But he came back from I don't know what 20 something, 20 down 20 something. You're
To
supposed to
Josh
do that.
Jobs. To
Yeah, I mean,
Josh Jobs. Let's just say you were down 28-7. Let's just not forget it was 28-7.
it was pretty ugly, but um, good teams should be able to make the comeback and you know what I mean around the corner or whatnot. It's impressive to see what they were able to do when they were fully clicking and whatnot. Jalen Hyatt, he had that big reception. I think like to come out of halftime and set up a score. So it's good. Hopefully they start to use him more. Um, what other team's been surprising to you? Surprisingly bad, good.
Surprise! This team's 0-2, but I think they're playing great, and their quarterback is looking real nice. It's the Houston Texans for me.
Oh,
CJ Stroud had over 350 passing yards in week 2.
that is impressive.
I'm
He's
not trying to, Ohio State, quarterback, the stigma, kind of doesn't really work out for them in the league, but I mean, he
yeah,
might be the best of them. I mean, Justin Fields has never gone over 350 passing yards. I'm just going to put that out there, and he's
it's
been
true.
in the league for 3 years now. So, and on the Houston Texans with, Nico Collins and um, I think John Mechie, his first game was
I don't
back,
know
I
if he
think.
played much, but
I
Tank
mean,
Dell's
yeah,
looking
but
all
like,
right, and Nico
yeah,
Collins, yeah.
but they don't got no DJ Moore. So, I mean, they were, they were in a battle with the Colts. Anthony Richardson too. Like I said, I called it. I said this dude was gonna, have the highest of highs. He doesn't know how to play quarterback yet. And he's already,
He
putting up
looks very
numbers and
good.
putting Russ in touchdowns in the end zone. He needs to learn how to slide though. That's his biggest problem. He's in
Yeah,
concussion
I've
protocol right
seen.
now.
He looks like
So
Cam too much to me. He like
right.
it's cool for the first few years or so, but it adds up quick, bro. It adds up quick.
And Trevor Lawrence after week 1 said, "Hey, buddy, you got to start like sliding." Like after the game was over, just because he knows like those middle linebackers, they're not
They're looking
in
their
the SEC
chops.
anymore. You're right, dude. If they see the quarterback running, dude, that's like, I mean, they're trying to injure. Like they're not trying to be like a dirty hit, but they're trying to get you out of the game. They're gonna get praised for it if they get the star quarterback out of the game because that's basically like an automatic dub. You can almost say.
Yeah, no, like that. Bryce Young, he kind of like did a fake slide, kind of scramble at the Saints game. Yeah, teams are taking notes of that. Trust, teams will definitely take notes of that. Bryce Young is not getting another one of those for quite some time. No lie, they're gonna be coming to take his head off, bro, for sure. And he's been getting
Bro,
hit.
they had Andy Dalton come in for the fourth and short QB sneak because Bryce Young's too small, dude. Like, dude, I don't know, man. Like he's there as a quarterback, but like, dude, I don't know, dude. Physically, 5'10", 204, dude. Like that's smaller than you, bro.
Yeah,
Like
true.
that's literally smaller than
Damn.
you, dude. Like you're bigger than an NFL quarterback, dude. So it's like
I
it's
will
not gonna
say
work, dude.
his pocket presence. He looks like a vet in the pocket. He looks like a vet. I don't know if he knows most of his reads or anything. Getting the ball out, him throwing the ball, like it looks normal. He looks like he looks comfortable. He looks like he's been there before, but he's just gonna need some time, I guess, before we really see something. But I don't think he looks terrible. I don't think he looks bad. He just gotta it's growing pains, growing pains. He'll get there eventually.
Right.
Stroud
But
though, I do think Stroud has looked better than
that's what I'm
Bryce Young so
saying,
far.
dude.
He's throwing the
Your
ball
two
something
rookie
like 50
quarterbacks.
times. Then not
Correction, he
50,
had
but
380. Correction, he had 384 yards passing. Bro
what's his
almost had
pass
400
attempts
week
though?
2. He was 30 completions for 47 attempts. Dude, they're said week 2, hey, rip it, throw it 50 times.
I
I mean,
like
they have
it.
that much trust in this dude, bro. Against the Colts too. I mean, the Colts aren't a terrible defense, but they're not the greatest
Mm.
defense. But it's like they already have the confidence in him to do that. I mean, my two guys, Richardson and Stroud, coming into the draft, I said those would be the two best guys. I thought Stroud should have won one, and I mean, I'm looking. I mean, it's week 2, so but I'm looking. I'm looking pretty nice right now with those two picks.
Okay, Ethan. Okay, we see you. We see you on the draft boards. We see you. Um, regarding playoff teams, I want to throw some. Actually, I'm gonna get this team out the way first. Kansas City. Normally, I don't like to spend a lot of time on Kansas City, but week one it was kind of shaky. They looked alright. Mahomes looked like Mahomes, and there was no Kelsey. The receivers, it looked like a replay of that one Super Bowl. It was horrible. Week two, they came out a little bit better. Kadarius Toney, he caught all of his passes, all of his targets. We'll give him props. But Mahomes, he threw the ball to I don't know, 10 plus different people. He's spreading the ball around. I think he's getting more comfortable doing that. Can the Chiefs be the Chiefs we know and love without a wide receiver one type? You know what I mean in that offense? Because last year they had Juju. I don't know if he was really wide receiver one, but if you wanted an X, like somebody to go to on the outside, absolutely have to throw to, you were probably going to take Juju Smith-Schuster out of everybody in that roster because Marquez MVS, he's the deep threat. I guess now he's the number one, but Tony's seeing more targets than him, and Sky Moore now. So that offense, it's got a lot of question marks in terms of receiving corps. Can they be able to keep up that week two performance throughout the rest of the season? What do you think?
Here's the thing. Travis Kelce's wide receiver one.
For sure.
That's the
My
bottom
bad.
line. Kelsey's wide receiver one.
My bad.
But another piece that is kind of overlooked is McCole Hardman. He's on the Jets now. He was the fastest guy on the team. He was the speed demon. He was the punter returner, and then worked his way as a wide receiver with the Chiefs. But I think they'll get it together. I honestly think they're just going through the motions.
Right?
They're two. No, 1-1. They lost to the Lions, but they didn't have Kelsey or Chris Jones, and they lost by 1 point to the Lions. So, maybe they make another. At the deadline, maybe they try to go get another wide receiver. Who knows with how things go in New Orleans with Michael Thomas.
I'm not gonna lie, he looks damn good in New Orleans so far. I'm not gonna lie.
And does he want this is probably his last?
You're right.
Stint.
We gotta see. There's so much that could happen. But I agree.
So, but I think that defense looks pretty good too, though. That defense is kind of
in Kansas City
kept them in games. Yeah, that defense is looking pretty good.
Agree.
Last game, they had Karlaftis had a sack and a half. Chris Jones had a sack and a half.
Karlaftis is
had
the
a sack
rookie,
and a
right?
half. He's a second year now, so this is like these guys that they drafted last year. They're in the system now, so I think this defense is a lot better than in past Chiefs.
Definitely.
Kind of runs. And I think they'll have to rely on the defense a little bit more just because the offense maybe isn't, hitting the stride that they used to. But these are the same guys that were in the Super Bowl last year besides Juju Smith-Schuster and Hardman. So, Juju, let's say, he hasn't been the same since he was in Pittsburgh, and since he started doing TikToks and quarterback, he's kind of been going downhill. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the Chiefs, especially with the Bengals 0-2. Josh Allen's a turnover machine kind of up and down. Chargers are 0-2. Broncos aren't even a thing. It's really the Dolphins that are kind of
2-0.
Dolphins and Ravens are kind of the two, biggest challenge. But that's a big question mark with Tua staying healthy, and can he go to Kansas City at Arrowhead and win a big playoff game in a divisional round or AFC Championship game? Lamar, there's still questions about him. Can he win a big playoff game in Arrowhead or something like that? So. Until someone beats them, I gotta ride with the Chiefs.
I agree. Okay. Good evaluation. You brought up Lamar Jackson. He had this one throw that's replaying in my mind. Zay Flowers in the fourth quarter. He threw what I'm talking about. That pass was nice. It's nice to see Lamar doing things like that because people still calling him a running back now and then. Excuse me. Yeah, calling him a running back now and then. But I don't know. Baltimore's got some receivers now. They're 2-0. Don't look now. But do you think they can really make that push? Odell's out with an ankle injury.
What else is new?
Yeah, but they say John Harbaugh said they're just managing it. So whatever that means. Hopefully he practices.
You really need him for the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly.
A regular season,
it's whatever.
He plays the last 8 games. If he sat the first 6 or 7 games and play the last 7 or 8 or whatever, and you had him for the playoffs run fresher, I feel like that's honestly why they have him as a veteran too. With Zay Flowers, Zay Flowers looks real nice. He looks like he might be the best wide receiver coming out of this draft. I mean, early.
So far, yeah.
Um, J.K. Dobbins obviously tore his ACL
Tough.
week 1, 2. That's or Achilles was an ACL Achilles. That's rough. Mark Andrews is back now. Maybe Jonathan Taylor. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. They got
Or
Jonathan
Cam
Taylor.
Akers. Like at this point, a
Oh
lot of things have
yeah.
opened. A lot of things opened up for running backs to land. I saw Kareem Hunt. He had a visit with the Browns today too. So Leonard Fournette could go somewhere as well. But my bad. My bad. Continue.
No, but I mean, yeah, there's that's what I'm saying. The Chiefs can go get that the deadline wide receiver. Ravens can go get a deadline running back or
Yeah.
cornerback or whatever they really need. If you can, that's what I mean. That's what the Rams did. They had Von Miller on their playoff run. They and LBJ. They got those two guys. For that Super Bowl run
Mm-hmm.
too. So I mean, usually the contenders and the people that make the Super Bowl runs, they usually get one more piece before they make the run and go win it all. So I mean, it'll probably happen. It'll probably happen. They'll make moves.
If they get what they got Roquan for a fourth, I think fourth, fifth round pick, they could probably replicate the same thing low key for Jonathan Taylor. I doubt any team's offering a third round pick right now for Jonathan Taylor. The way it seems,
I mean, here's the thing. Remember, Dolphins were serious contenders for that conversation. So it's like, honestly, you got to keep
Mostert's
them
looking
away
good
from
now. Do
your.
you think that's enough to stop them from getting? I don't think so.
But you also got to try to keep them away from the other teams. Like if you're the Ravens and you got to, let's say they Dolphins get Jonathan Taylor and you wanted Jonathan Taylor too, like maybe you overpay to keep him away from your opponent. And
Yeah,
if you got to go into a divisional game against them, I mean, then you'll have Jonathan Taylor instead of them. So it's like maybe you have to overpay and go for a second or a third rounder.
fair. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, me personally, I'm of the variant that thinks Jonathan Taylor is just gonna sit on the bench probably the whole entire year.
That's probably what'll happen. Yeah.
Sadly, 'cause it's not even his fault. The dude is a talent. Dude is all pro talent. Bro just has no leverage. That's just the way it goes in
Agreed.
this league nowadays. If you're not Mahomes, we were talking about this. Mahomes just got his contract restructured, and people are flipping out about it, dude. I hate it nowadays. I'm gonna call it contract culture, sports contract culture. I hate it nowadays. Everybody is the newest high, the most high. You know what I mean? Highest paid player in whatever history. Not in the sense that I hate it. I hate to see people. You know what I mean? Getting the most money
Get their
they've ever
money.
seen in their lives, bro. I'm all for it, bro. Get your bag, but what it does to the market, like that word in itself, market. The statistics, your output, what you mean to the team, all those variables, they should mean something, and that's what you should be getting paid based off of, in my eyes.
So you're
You
talking like a
don't.
percentage.
I don't
Like if
think.
you
I don't.
get
Not even percentage. Not even percentage. Just like, bro, it should be implied. Like we know Saquon Barkley is worth more than whatever he just got, and Daniel Jones gets $40 million for what? The dude was losing 28-7 against the fucking Cardinals. Excuse my language, but you see what I mean? Like that type of stuff. Why is that flying? And why is Mahomes and why is Patrick Mahomes? Why are we having this talk about he's now officially the highest paid player in NFL history or whatever, bro? He should have been. Why is Joe Burrow getting this money? Joe Burrow saw one Super Bowl, and everybody's putting him ahead of guys like. All right, that's not what I'm here to debate. But you get what I'm saying? Derek Carr, $40 million to play for the Saints. Get out of here. Geno Smith is making $30 million. Why is Geno Smith making as much money as Nick Bosa? For what? In what world? So it just bothers me. And teams are scrambling to make cap space, bro. You're overpaying for a quarterback, dude. Let Daniel Jones see what he's gonna get in free agency. That man is not getting $40 million from anyone, bro. Not a soul is offering him $40 million. You think the Saints would have gave Daniel Jones $40 million had he went to free agents? I don't even think he would be able to go to free agency. Maybe he signed an extension, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense guys like, I don't know, T. Higgins. The guys like T. Higgins might have to get traded because the Cincinnati Bengals can't find room because they want to throw however many extra $1 million that Joe Burrow definitely does not need. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but definitely does not need in his contract. For nothing over. I'm sorry for my soliloquy, but bro, stop overpaying these players, bro, because then it starts to give everybody the wrong idea. Like, dang, he's making this much? I should be making this much too. When in reality, neither of y'all should. So I'm gonna just leave it there, man.
Yeah, I think the only blank check you could probably write is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's won 2 Super Bowls, been to 3, been to 5 straight home AFC Championship games, and he took Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, MVS, Juju Smith-Schuster to the Super Bowl and beat the Eagles, who had AJ Brown and Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert and all those guys. Granted, he has Travis Kelce, so arguably I think he's the greatest tight end in football ever. So, I mean, it's counteractive. So, but I mean, it's hard to say no to guys like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert because the Bengals haven't had that type of a star quarterback probably like I can't remember like ever. Same with the Bills and the Chargers. So it's like it's honestly I feel like it's on the quarterback to take less money. Tom Brady always took less money, and that's why he's got 7 rings with the
Good
Patriots and the
point.
Bucks. Bro always took less money. That's what Mahomes initially did when
True,
he
yeah.
had it was like a $500 million for 10 years. So they would push it down the line to the last 4 years of the contract where he would get most of the guaranteed money basically. So and then I guess they moved it forward, so it's now going to be the first 4 years instead of the last 4 years. So maybe they just have that much confidence in they don't even care how much cap they have. They just know they got the guy, so they think they can go win with me and you playing wide receiver or whatever. So I mean, but he's proven it to do it. So I mean, you can't say no to that. So, but it's like how do you say no to those like top 5, top 6, top 10 guys even? I wouldn't pay Dak Prescott. People are talking about paying Dak Prescott. Oh, when's he getting a new contract? Jerry Jones has been getting interviews. When's Dak Prescott going to get his new contract? Bro,
That
I feel
man
like it was
just
2 years ago where everyone was blowing a gasket because Dak wasn't getting paid $40 million. And I said he should not be getting paid $40 million. Bro should be getting paid 25 at most. Dude has not done a single thing in the NFL to deserve $40 million.
he took
Daniel
Romo's
Jones
job. That's it. He ain't done stuff. He ain't done nothing since.
and had the greatest, one of the best offensive linemen of all time with a rookie Zeke, and that was his best years. Was like 12-5 or like 13-4, 14-3 or whatever. And bro didn't do anything besides hand the ball off. I could have sat back there, had a donut and a cup of coffee, and I could have played as well as Dak Prescott his rookie or sophomore year. So he's been downhill not downhill, but he has. I mean, he's done a little slant downhill, like a Michael Thomas slant going downhill. So it's like I understand what you're saying, but there's also the certain guys that it's like you kind of have to pay. You can't just not pay Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, because then it's like you're going to be in poverty for the next 20 years, like how you were before those guys.
That is very true. Yeah. Okay, so let me reword this a little bit, and I guess we'll wrap it up pretty soon. Um, I agree with what you're saying. Guys like Josh Allen, Joe Burrows, especially if a franchise is like the franchise players, if it means something to you, then you know what I mean. So be it. Of course, with context, pay your guys. Pay your guys. You know me. I'm a player advocate. Pay the guys if they're deserving of it. If they're deserving of it. You're
Watson
throwing
deserving of it.
$40 million around, bro. Why? Why are you paying Daniel Jones $40 million, bro? I'm gonna keep speaking about that. I'm going to keep talking about that until something changes. I don't hate Daniel Jones. Go ahead.
Here's a question: the next cycle of contracts is coming up. Are you paying Tua?
Tua knows he's gonna have to take a pay cut. That's the thing. If Tua doesn't take
Does
a pay
he?
cut, if Tua
Does
does,
he?
here's what I'll say. Because the market is forcing it. Because the market is literally forcing it. If Tua wants 40 million, at this rate, if Daniel Jones has got his 40 million, What the hell are you supposed to do? Of course you have to give him that money. What I'm
Then you
saying
can't pay.
is, it's not going to be guaranteed. It can't be. It can't be fully guaranteed. I don't want to do him bogus because it's a dangerous sport, and I appreciate his services. He means a lot to the fans. But like him, we got to do him correct. But I can't break the bank on Tua Tagovailoa, and he knows that himself. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, this is why you got to have that conversation. It's the GMs, bro. This is why I'm so hard on the GMs and the owners and things of that nature. You got to have those conversations with these guys, man. Your top guys, and you got to let them know, like, hey, man, look, your payday's coming, bro. If you can hold on for a little bit longer, look, man, multi-millionaire, bro. You don't know the difference between 17 and 23 million. Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. I don't want to say that because I never made that type of money. I don't got that many mouths to feed.
Not yet.
Facts. Not yet. We're on the way. We're on the way. But if you, it's a necessary sacrifice. Bottom line, it's a necessary sacrifice you need to make. No one ever has made that No one ever has not made that sacrifice and benefited from it. Jordan did. Kobe did. LeBron did. Kevin Garnett did. You better be next, or you're gonna end up like who's a career backup? Ryan Fitzpatrick. Shout out Fitzpatrick. You keep bouncing from team to team. Keep collecting your checks, bro. You get some CTE while you're at it. All due respect, I don't want to wish injuries on anybody, but it's just how it is. You're not gonna win nothing. Career loser.
Are you paying Lawrence?
Of course. That's not a question. That's baby Manning.
Okay, but then he's 50 million.
If he has playoff success, like I said, the market
Well, he's
is
coming up
freezing.
this year. He's coming up
Facts.
this summer.
Facts.
He is going to be in the market for it next summer. You already paid Christian Kirk. What about Evan Ingram? Calvin Ridley, you just got there. Travis Etienne, you're gonna have to pay him. You might have to pay him eventually. I mean, you might gonna have to lose some of those guys if you pay him.
The one thing I will say is I'm glad we're not going to have to worry about this problem because Shad Khan is filthy rich. The Jags owner is filthy rich. I'm going to be honest. So he'll break the bank out of
You're
himself.
still salary cap.
True.
Still salary cap.
True. That is true. Hey, we'll be all right, though. Yeah, if Lawrence wants $50 million, I guess we got to give Trevor Lawrence $50 million. It's going to be egregious, but that's just the state of football at this point, which is why I was screaming like a maniac at my computer screen for however long, talking about this stuff, talking about other people making money, because it's not, the math ain't math, and Ethan, it ain't.
You get what someone's willing to pay for you. That's just the bottom line. You get what someone's willing to pay for you.
My name is Daniel, too. Where is my 40 million? Where? All right, bro. I'm ending.